Good afternoon, Mr. President. How do you assess your visit to Chicago and as well as to Ottawa? Do we get new commitment in terms of investment or expansion to the business into the Philippines?
Yung Chicago muna, no, we had the chance to talk to Mayor Ram Emanuel. And I think I emphasized that I feel we're kindred spirits in the things that he's trying to effect, the changes he's trying to effect in Chicago. It's precisely the same things that we're trying to do back home. No? It's really a pleasure to meet a lot of the Filipino community in the Midwest. And also the same in Canada. Yesterday, I actually had one complaint from one of our compatriots who said, I should have also visited Winnipeg. Then I said, I'd like to visit all of you, but we are under severe time pressures also. Now, in terms of I think we've solidified the relationships in all of the there are quite a number of programs and directions that the Canadian government and its companies have been doing for us. For instance, Secretary Baldossi can talk about yung Job Start na program, capacitating the LGUs in terms of promoting greater efficiency is also one other aspect. Yung the assistance for modernizing our armed forces, specifically the offer for Bell helicopters, amongst others. We discussed today also the repairs, modernization, upgrading of our C-130s to include transfer of technology, of setting up a facility to do the same within the Philippines already. Can I just ask the relevant cabinet secretaries to give you a rundown dahil medyo mahaba-haba yung list. Okay? The notes for it cover 7 pages. So, just to give you a rundown so nothing is missed, we'll just ask them to give you a list.
Hi, sir. Sir, kanina, did you have the opportunity to talk to the Prime Minister about the concerns of some groups, especially the environmentalists, on the, sir, yung trash, yung container trash? And if not, sir, what are we gonna do about it? Since gusto yata ng ibang groups na ipabalik yung trash sa Canada.
I can answer that question directly, but can I just give you the entire answer in a 2-page form? Yung bottom line is yung that's the third paragraph. February 2014, we already filed a complaint. The BOC, Bureau of Customs, filed a complaint against the importer and importing companies, licensed brokers for violation of the following sections 3601, 3602 of the Tariff and Customs Code of the Philippines, as amended in Republic Act 6969 and Article 172 in relation to Article 171 of the Revised Penal Code. That's a footnote to exactly what those Republic Acts and violations are meant. In December of 2014, after the conduct of the preliminary investigation, prosecution has already filed a total of 15 criminal cases before the RTC in Manila against the importer and the importing company's licensed customs brokers. Okay. It was found that what was shipped is not homogeneous, no? Hindi puro plastic. They call it the waste are considered hazardous. They've been in the port of Manila for 2 years. They pose a risk to public health. There was a technical working group composed of the DNR, the BOC, and the DOJ. And as soon as the court allows them to, they want to dispose of the same, either through a cement kiln co-processing. I assume that means incineration. No? Or second, direct disposal in a landfill. Processing and disposal of the waste will be conducted once the necessary court order has been obtained. On 1 April 2015, the RTC issued an order directing the BOC to facilitate the disposal of the illegal shipments and or toxic contraband and release the container vans to a company called Les Soleil shipping agencies after the contents are properly disposed of. Currently, yung prosecution and the BOC are pursuing the necessary inventory, documentation, photographing of the waste prior to its disposal to be used as evidence in the trial against the accused. Okay? And we can give you a copy of the whole memo.
to raise it with the with the Prime Minister?
I think before we left Manila, this was already prepared by the relevant agencies tasked to examine the situation, the problem.
Sir, this is about politics. In
Paglalapit
Chicago,
ako, medyo nag-air pressure.
in Chicago, you exhorted the Phil-Am community
Yeah.
to vote responsibly in 2016 so that you could continue the reforms you initiated. However, sir, in the last couple of months, your approval ratings have gone down. Are you worried that this has diluted your anointing power, your endorsement of your anointed candidate?
If we judge it by the attacks that are still the same, if not even more vociferous from my critics, then I think even my critics will say that the endorsement value is still present. I would challenge anybody to look at any president before me at the last portion of his term, still being attacked to this degree. It seems it seems like common sense. If my endorsement value is worthless, why bother spending time attacking me? Okay? So I guess even my critics are saying that there is still merit to the endorsement. This is not the first time that my approval and trust ratings have gone down. I don't think the last time that they went back up will be the last time. I expect that people have seen the entire story about Mama Zapano, and they have judged me for the most part. Those who are open-minded have judged me fairly, and they see that I believe anybody in the similar situation would have acted the same. So we are very confident the numbers will pick up. But instead of concentrating the value of my endorsement, I think the interest really is, and this is in response. I get to talk to so many communities, and even the one we had in Chicago, there was somebody, at the point of the speech when I said, I have about a year and a month remaining, parang dumigay, nagsabing hi, gano'n. So, we're expecting, I was asking some people, say, nadami magsasalita niya na may konti, parang nakakakonsensya naman na But at the end of the day, my main point was, for me to have been able to lead the country to this level, I was given that chance by our people. They were the ones who made it all possible. Therefore, they are the ones who have made all the reforms that have happened so far. Now, they're responsible for it, and to continue it also will rest on their ability to discern the proper candidate. I would put my 2 cents in like any other citizen of the country. But at the end of the day, sovereignty resides in the people will decide their future. And I'm confident that the Filipino will rise up to the challenge and choose appropriately.
Sure. Why do you relate your the attacks to the nearing of the end of your term? Anong connection?
No, not yung the attacks. I guess the intensity, the quantity, the quality have not, shall we say, diminished. And one would say, I'd like to think that most of these critics were people who don't have personal grudges against me. And but it doesn't behoove them to continue attacking if I'm a non-entity or about to be a non-entity. But the mere fact that they continue to persist in all of these attacks says that I'm still somewhat of a factor in this equation. So, the answer to the question, I think I will use the people who will be the least inclined to praise me to show you whether or not I still have merit. Okay? Correct.
Sir, previously you mentioned na tama po ba by June i-aanunsyo niyo na yung inyong...
We're hoping that by the end of the second quarter.
Ibig po bang sabihin tapos na po yung selection process o yung nabanggit niyo na...
Actually, it's still ongoing. Our coalition, we think, is very, very broad. No? You have the non-governmental organizations, the civil society organizations, various people's organizations, established political parties who are part and parcel of this whole coalition that has been promoting the reform agenda. So, at the very least, I think we owe it to all partners to get their inputs in determining who should be the one to carry on the mantle of leading this country towards the front.
Ongoing pa rin yung selection process. Yung binanggit nyo na, you mentioned the term previously, pero yung paghahanap nyo ng kandidato for president and vice president.
Yes. It's still ongoing. In fact, the day before we left was one of the consultative meetings.
Are you looking at just the Liberal Party
No.
per se?
As going back, the whole coalition.
Including an
posible. And get everybody's inputs, not just the established political parties, but also, di ba, yung, again, the NGOs, the civil society organizations, people's organizations, other support.
Last question.
Sir, last na.
Yes, yes.
Sir, your allies in Congress have floated a Mar and Grace po tandem. Are you open to that? Have you spoke to her
I'm
about
open
that?
to all possibilities.
And,
Teka muna, let me correct that. Almost all possibilities. Meron naman talagang hindi ko mako-consider kaya ituloy yung reform agenda.
and si Mar pa rin po ba ang isa sa mga pambato na tinitingnan nyo kahit po his ratings have not been as stellar as PPP Nice?
Again, yung siguro, although I don't feel it, no, yung in the sense, feeling ko bata pa ako, parang yung pangamanabayan aspect, talaga kailangan pakinggan ko lahat ng boses ng bawat sangay, no? Bawat sanga nitong samahan na to. At ma-preserve ngayon. Pag na-preserve natin yun, di talagang malalakas ang tulak, no? O pangangampanya na kung sino mapili ng buong samahan to. So, number one na challenge, keep it intact. And keep everybody focused on the main lowest common denominator. That there is a reform agenda, no? And this reform agenda has resulted in so many results, and we want to continue the same. Okay?
About the land.
About the land?
Last. Sir, ano lang, sir?
Okay.
Ano lang siguro,
DJ.
just one more quick follow-up to Teresa's question. Have you ever sat down or even called Grace po to consider running for VP or president?
Yeah, we had a discussion recently. And I'm not at liberty at this point in time to discuss all of the details of the same. May mga commitments rin ako sa kanya about when to announce it, what exactly to announce, etc.
Okay. A discussion on her running for either president or for vice president?
So siguro the best to say it is we broached the idea, no, of continuing the things that this administration has been trying to do. Now, in what capacity, hindi pa finalized yun.
All right, sir. Sir, on the
And
BBL...
that can also include, di ba, even campaigning.
All right, sir. On the BBL, given what happened, and given that the Senate and the House are still deliberating the measure, is there a new timeline for the passage of this measure, sir?
More or less, I think we're still following the timeline that Congress told us, no, to expect. Even before Mama Sapano, they were talking about June of passage in the lower house, then the Senate proceeds after that. Si Congressman Rufus, head of the committee, texted me. I think their committee is supposed to finish the deliberations and report out their findings with some amendments by May 11 or 12.
Okay.
There's a time frame of about June, no, before session adjourns prior to the SONA to finish it in the House. So hinihintay na natin yung after that the Senate's version naman.
So can we say we have the numbers in both the Senate and the House to get this passed before they adjourn in mid-June?
Kaya wala, matatapos ang House. Yung Senate, wala pa tayong indication kung kailan.
So that
Do we have the numbers? Sorry, naniniwala ako doon sa baka mausog eh. No? Kaya hindi mo na ako magpe-predict. So, but I keep pushing them that the value of this is that the Bangsamoro Transition Authority is able to demonstrate yung the effectiveness of their new governance mode. Otherwise, too late in the day, it will not be, if they're given a chance by January of 2016, there is very little that they will be able to do. Okay?
Thank you, sir. Thank you.
Siyempre, kung baka magsabi kay Mami, na namin